Hey guys, today we are rounding out our reading session. We're still working on looking at these informational texts and thinking about our causes and our effects. So, what happened? Why did it happen? And then what are the effects of it? So today we're going to look at from your packet, Ancient Saharan Trade Routes by Joris Madrin. The Sahara is a vast desert in northern Africa. It stretches from the Atlantic Ocean in the west to the Red Sea in the east. Its size and harsh conditions make travel hazardous. Nevertheless, trade thrived here from the 700s to the 1500s. It continues to this day. Long ago, Berber merchants established a network of trade routes across the Sahara. These routes linked to markets in North Africa, the Middle East, and Europe, with markets in West Africa. The merchants regularly crossed the Sahara to African settlements on the fringes of the desert. In those settlements, they traded salt, horses, cloth, and later books for gold, metals, spices, and other items from farther south. Berber and African merchants made profits, so trade increased. As a result, the African settlements grew to become important centers of trade. And as trade increased, so did the wealth and power of the West African rulers. To Berber merchants, the dangerous journey across the Sahara was worth the risk. For safety, merchants traveled together in large groups known as caravans, using camels to transport their goods. Caravans walked about 200 miles a week. Even at that pace, however, the trip took more than 3 months. The merchants' use of camels made it possible for them to cross the Sahara. These hard-working animals could carry heavy loads with ease over scorching, shifting sands. During long journeys, they had the ability to conserve water. Camels were called ships of the desert because they hauled trade goods across the desert, just as ships carried cargo across the sea. So, just as we did on Monday, we're going to go through this a little bit at a time and decide what is a cause and what is an effect. So here we have that there's a large desert that goes from the Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea. It's hard to travel. Trade thrived. We don't really have much cause and effect here. Nothing that really impacts what this whole text is about. So let's go to the next paragraph. Long ago, Berber merchants established a network of trade routes. So this sounds important. These merchants established a network of trade routes. And these routes, because they established a network, they linked North Africa, Middle East, and Europe, and West Africa. So cause is that they made these trade routes. The effect is that now all of these different countries were able to trade together.